Big up legends. So welcome back to the channel, and we have another review. So this is the Lip Farms Snow Lotus. Now I was a bit worried about this, and I was worried that it was gonna be too piney, but actually the flavour on this is pretty nice. So let's get into it. It was produced by Lip Farms in Canada and packaged by Northern Green in Canada. So the lineage on this is Afgui cross Blockhead, so some landracy strains here. Initially I didn't actually realise these were smalls until I opened it, and yeah, these are definitely small. I mean, these are on the verge of like minis. So yeah, the only thing I don't like about this is probably the size of the nugs that you get of this for the price. Whilst £5.50 isn't overly expensive, I do really think it should be around the £3–4 region, especially for, you know, these lower canopy. These are very, very small. But let's get into the flavour and the rest of it. This is a gamma irradiated strain, and whilst this is gamma irradiated, the flavour does translate quite well. Which did surprise me. I was really worried about it, and because it's a lower canopy, I wasn't expecting a whole lot of flavour and heavy effects from this. But again, like I said, it surprised me. Flavour on this, I'd rate a 7 out of 10. Definitely present, not overly potent or anything. The smell translates well through to the flavour. You're getting a nutty, slight cream. Definitely reminds me of the space cake from Peace Naturals. Which again maybe doesn't surprise me, because that is another cross of Snow Lotus. That is a cross of Snow Lotus and Girl Scout cookies. That is what space cake is made of. So very similar in terpenes. As well as the slight earth, I get this sort of piney, gassy funk. Again, not overly potent in flavour, but it is present and is enjoyable. Going on to the effects, again, I'd rate them a 7 out of 10. This, I think, whilst being a T30, maybe not quite as strong as a T30, but definitely does hit quite nicely and hard for the evening time. Slightly heavy-eyed and relaxed. Definite evening medication all over it for me. Relaxing, calming, definitely. It's not heavy sedating for me, but it definitely leans on it. It has got sedative properties 100%. Overall, it is just a calming body stone that is just really enjoyable for an evening. Or during the day, if you've got nothing to do, this one's for you. So going over the bag appeal, as I said earlier, the nugs are very minuscule. They are very small. So if you take a look at the short down below, you will see that. And also going onto the microscope shots, definitely one of the biggest issues with this. Whilst this is fairly effective and fairly tasty, I have seen a lot of the trichome heads have been knocked off, especially on the outside. But when taking a look inside the nugs, there is more of a few more intact, cloudy to amber heads on the inside, but on the outside, yeah, there is a fair amount of damage personally from what I saw from my bag. That's one of the things that does let this strain down. It has been sort of, the trichome heads have been damaged a bit. I don't know whether that be due to trimming. It was very tight, harsh trimming. It could have been due to the machine trim. I'm not entirely sure. Overall, I found this medication fairly effective and tasty, but there were some issues with it. And for that, I'm gonna have to rate this one a 6.5 out of 10. Would I get this again? Yes, but for a cheaper price. Honestly, I think £5.50, still a little bit too much, especially for this lower canopy of flowers. So yeah, this one, at the price currently, no, I would not get again, but if it moves down in price, yes, I would. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys in the next one. As always, stay medicated. I'm off.